Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Electrical and Computer Engineering Project. In this channel I will make video tutorial on electrical and computer related projects, and if you have not subscribed to my channel you can click on this subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon so you get notification every time I upload a new video. And you can also visit my blog from the link above, and you can follow me on Twitter, and you can send me message if you need anything on this link. And don't forget to like, comment and share my videos. Thank you. Today we will work on our request from student side, and here we have already created our book request navigation on the sidebar, and we will just add a new page here where student can see what book they have requested, and here we will add another small form so that student can request for a particular book. In the student side book page we will modify this because the student will request for a book, and if you have added teacher side also you need to add this in both student side and teacher side. So let's go to our search bar, and here we will copy this search bar code, and after this we will add it. First let's add a comment here. Comment will be request book. Okay, here we just need to change our button name, and we have added a glyphicon here, we don't need that. Inside this button tag we will write the button name, that will be request, and we need to change some other styling too. Here you can see that the button is changed to request, and now we will change the other thing. Here our button name is actually submit, so we need to change it because the other button name is submit, so we need to have two different name for our two button. And here inside the placeholder for our input we will write enter book ID, and the name of our input will be BID because we are taking input the book ID. Our column name was BID, so we just added that name here. And now if we refresh you can see that our button and the form actually looks different from the search bar, and if someone search for a book they can see that book, and here we can see the ID from this, and we can just put that ID inside this form and then press enter or press request, then this book will be requested and that value will be saved in a database. So we need to create the database too, or the table. So inside our database library there we will create another table. This will be issue book, so let's name it issue underscore book, and there will be 5 column here. Then press go. Now the name, the first name will be username, the first column username, the person's name who requested for the book, then the type will be character, and let's give 100 as length, and after this we will give the book ID, the book that the user is requesting for. This will be integer type, and then length will be 100 again. Then after this there will be approve status, and you can write it approve or status, anything you like, or you can modify it later. After this 100, and after that we will add the issue date. The column name will be simply issue and return. This means our issue date and return date. You can name it like that too if you want to make it bigger. And they're both worker type. This will be character type and 100 length. Then let's press save. Okay, our table is created. So there is our issue book table. If we go to that table, we can see that there are 5 columns and we have not given any input here, so we cannot browse it yet. So let's go back to our book page. Here you can see our book ID is actually integer, so everything is alright. So now let's go back to our code, and inside the book page there is our table. So after this table, inside the PHP tag, there we'll write our if condition. So if is set, and then inside this we will check the button is pressed or not. For that we need to write $_post and then button name. Our button name was submit1 for this, so let's give the name, and then inside second bracket we will check after the button is pressed if that person is logged in or not. So if $is set $_session login user, that means we are checking if someone is logged in, then we will do something, and else if the person is not logged in, then we will show a message here inside this else. And for that, you know that we need to end our PHP and start again, and in between them we just need to write our script code, then press tab, and inside this tag we need to write alert. Then inside this parenthesis we need to add a double quotation, and inside them we need to write our message. You need to log in first to request. Request a book. We will just show this message when someone is not logged in but they are trying to request for a book. And if that person is logged in, then we don't need to show this message. We will run a query here, mysql I underscore query, then parenthesis, and then inside them our connection variable, and after this there is our inside the second quotation we need to write our insert query, insert into, then our table name, and this table name will be our new table that we have created, issue underscore book. You need to give the name exactly like that, so write it properly, issue underscore book. There is our table name. So we are inserting the values inside this table, and what are the values? We need to write it here, values. Then inside the first bracket we need to give 5 different values for our 5 different column, and let's add them first. Single quotation and then a comma, then a space and another single quotation. Like that we need to add 5 different input, and inside this we need to write the first one was our username, the column. So here we need to give the username, and the user will be logged in, so we can use our session variable here. So $_session, inside the third bracket we need to give our session variable login user, and inside the next one there is our book ID, because our second column name was book ID, so that will be $_post bid, because we are posting that inside that form. We are not getting this from our session variable, so that's how we will insert it. And other 3 column value will be blank, because that will be inserted from our admin side. So here let's log in first, and after this if we click on 3 and press request, then let's go to our table and issue book. Now if we go there, you can see that the username Promi has requested for book ID 3, and here the other information is blank because we have kept it like that. The admin will modify them later. They will approve it and give a return date. Now we will work on our book request, and for that we need to make a different page. After someone requests for it, they can see that whichever request they have made. For that, let's create a new page inside the student side, and let's save it as issue information or issueinfo.php. We need to add this name inside our side navigation. So let's go to our sidebar, and there is our navigation. Okay, we have two different navigation here. One is book request and issue information is another one. So let's add a different name for our page. We can add that page here, issue info. And here for the request, we can make a different page. The page name will be request.php. Now let's create this page. And here we will create our new page and name it as request.php. Now we will work on this page, and for that we can just add the navigation bar and our connection page. Let's add this first, and after this we will write our HTML code. Inside the title there will be our book request. Give a page name. And after this we will go to our body section, and inside the header section there is our other styling and meta tag. We can just copy them. So let's copy from the meta tag to our end of our style tag and paste it inside the head section after title. Now we will have the exact same styling, and we need to add our side navigation. Here is our side navigation code. So let's add this side navigation, copy this till the search bar. Here inside the body we will paste it. And now if we save this and refresh our page, let's go to our book request page, and you can see that our navigation and our sidebar has been added here. Now we just need to add a table here so that we can see what book we have requested for. After inserting this, we can just copy this message and modify them. Let's add this message here too. Let's delete the alert message and let's write. We will direct this page to our book request page. So window.location, then equal to, inside the second quotation, our page name. After inserting that request into the database, they will direct us to this page so we can see what book we have requested. Now let's go to our request form again. Let's request for a new book. Press request. Now you can see that we are directed to the page request.php, so this is alright, and you can see that our new book has been added in our database. Now let's go to our request page and add a table here. After the script, we can add a table that show these columns. We will show only 4 columns because the username we don't need that, because only if a student requests for a book, they can only see their book request. They don't need to use the username every time because it is their ID only. So we will just need 4 column: book ID, approved status, and then issue and return date. Here we will add the table. Now inside the book page we have already added different tables, so we can just copy this table format and modify it too. And we will start from this. If the button is pressed, then this happen. So let's copy this from this if condition. We need to copy till this part. So let's copy this till this if condition. And after this, let's go to our book page and paste it and then modify this. And we need to add our PHP tag. Start our PHP and end it after this. Okay, now you can see the color is back to the original color of our PHP and HTML code. Okay, now here the first thing they checked that if the button is pressed or not, but we don't need to check that. We need to check if the person is logged in, because if a student want to see what book they have requested, they need to log in first. So we just checked by using our session variable, and after this we need to write a query to show the information of our issue book table. So select star from issue book, the table name, where username, because inside our issue book there is our username, but we don't have the name here. So the column name was username. You need to write it like the exactly same column name that we have used in our table here. So select star from issue book, where username, the user is already logged in, so you can use the session variable again. So we need to write it like this: username equal in $_session login user, then third bracket ends. Okay, now we can just add a semicolon after this query, and if we save this, then we can just use this same code here. If the username does not match, we can show a message here. Let's modify the message. There is no request, or there is no pending request. And if the row number is not 0, that means if the user has requested for some book, then they can modify this. Here we need 4 column, so we don't want to show our username from this table. We just need this 4 column, so we will delete this one too. And after this 4 column, we need to change their name. The first one will be book ID. This is our table header, so we can write anything inside these headers. We don't need to match them with our column name. And then approve status, and then the request date or issue date, we can modify them later. Issue date, and here will be our return date. Okay, you can see our title is changed already, and the table data, we need to change them after this. So here we are fetching those data into the row variable, and we need to just change the column name. We need 4 column. The first one book ID, that is alright. So after this, the approve status, and our column name from our database was approve, issue and return. So we will add these 3. The first one approve, then issue, after that return. Now save this again and refresh the page. Now you can see here, if we delete one of them because the user has same request for the same book 2 times in a row, so we will modify them, and You can delete them from using this SQL query to delete from here, where username you just need to add the username and that will be deleted too. And here you can see the approved status and issue date all are blank. If the admin added them, then we can see it properly inside this table from the student side too. Here is our book request page, and if the person is not logged in, you will see the change here. They cannot see this table. And if the person is not logged in, we will show a message that we want to add. Please log in first. To see the request. Okay, now let's log out and see what they show us inside this book request page. Here you can see. Now we just need to style them a bit. For that, let's go to else, and before that we need to add a break. Inside PHP, if we want to add a tag here, then we need to add it like this inside echo. So we have added it like this, and after this we can just add some bold and other tag. We can add some more breaks. And let's add h2 tag before and after this. Okay, now you can see the writing properly. We can make it bold. You can change the color too if you want to, if you just need to add the styling. You can add it like we have added previously. If we request for another book, that should be here. Now you can see that if we request for any book, that is already added here. I probably pressed 2 times. I just need to delete one. And your XAMPP software can be a bit different because I am using a different version.